Okay, I think the big answer is, first, we've made a huge step in the right direction by building a new high school. I can tell you from being principal of the high school, there were 22 different exits and entrances to buildings on that property, and it was a nightmare to supervise, even with a lot of staff on duty all the time. Never was the fear of our kids. The problem was having people come on to the campus looking for problems. That was the tragedy and the serious difficulty in running the school. So what does it need? You have to have buildings designed to be safe with minimal entrance, exits, points. You've got to develop a sense of family within the students in the community. So when there is somebody that's having a hard time, like bullying is a huge cause of what you've seen in research, why these kids go off and they do what they do on hurting someone. You have to have an anti-bullying policy. People have to feel secure and content in their schools. You've got to have a sense of family to hear that somebody's in trouble and be able to aid them. And then staff have to be well trained on what to do in emergency situations, etc. So it takes a community to prevent a tragedy in a community. Everybody needs to work together in open and strong communication. Am I out of time?
Yes. Thank you. John Holt, you're next.
You're almost out of time.
We're running out of time. We're the safety of our children is probably the foremost reason for the new high school. But the other schools are also important too. The current board has already approved several upgrades to our current facilities out in the district with keypad entries, changing up the entrances to where they actually have to physically go through the secretary or the administrative assistant to actually get into the building, and that's a plus. So I want to continue to improve on that, make even more security enhancements to our facilities. Maybe even look at some camera issues to deter, because I mean the best thing we can do is try to deter as much as we can, and then also make awareness a priority. Make people aware of what to look for to prevent something from occurring. Thank you.
Thank you. Ann Lear, District 4.
Well, as has been mentioned, I know there are some physical things that have been done at our schools this year, to put in some extra gates and doors to make sure that we don't have people on our campuses that shouldn't be there. But I do also think it's important for parent involvement, for parents to know what's going on at their schools and with their kids and be involved, and community involvement. I think that there should be some of the physical barriers, but there needs to be a balance where it doesn't feel like it's a prison to the students either. It has to be, school has to be a place that the students feel comfortable going and being with the other students.
All right, moving on to Eddie Davila.
Well, you know, unfortunately, this is all kind of new to us. You know, the tragedies that have happened on the Northeast or even in the West. So we've got to take a look and see what type of safeguards we can effectively take in our schools. Now, we all knew growing up that sometimes, hey, back in the day there were fires before sprinkler system, fire alarms, and all that good stuff. And what do we teach our kids? We taught them to stop, drop, and roll. So now we've got to take a different approach and say, hey, you know, how do we teach the fight or flight? What do we do? And we got to make sure that we have barriers and make it difficult for people or to come in or get in that wish to do harm. But we also, on the same token, as hard as we make it to get in, we have to make sure that it's almost easy to get out. We have to make sure that they know the way out, just like you would in a fire. We also need to know how to get personnel in that can help. Thank you.